Hi Sebastian, thanks for requesting a landing page roast in the productized community. My name's Ollie, I'm a freelance digital marketer and I have a side project called Roast My Landing Page. And on Roast My Landing Page, I identify opportunities for startups to increase conversion. So I'm going to look at Linkology and give you some feedback, although I have had a quick look and it looks like you've got a lot of best practice in here. But anyway, Linkology, get powerful backlinks without extra work. Full service link building to boost rankings of your existing content. No retainers, flexible budgets, free up precious time. Get started, learn more. No fixed monthly costs, secure payment, 30-day money back guarantee. Since we started using Linkology, we've seen a significant uptick in organic traffic. So you've got a testimonial, an image. I'll just keep working through the page and then I'll give you some feedback. So quality check, spam free, hand-picked, trustworthy. And there's a illustration which is basically demonstrating an increase in referring domains. Let's skyrocket your organic traffic and sales completely hands off. Is acquiring customers getting more and more expensive? Do you already have great content that converts but it's just not ranking high enough in Google? That's where we come in. Pick your package. We do research and quality assurance. You review our suggestions before any link is built. Okay. We place the links. Get started. So another call to action here. And then there's another testimonial. Fair pricing starting at 547. Our link packages provide even great flexibility to meet your needs. One package is not enough. Pick multiple packages. Small, medium, large. And then frequently asked questions. Okay, so I'll go back to the top and just start working through some of the changes that I would suggest. So first of all, in terms of a change, this image is nice enough, but it doesn't really tell the story of your product. So actually maybe showing a screen grab of a blog post encompass it with something like this, showing the graph would be more powerful at compounding what I'm actually reading on the left. I do like the use of what I would call friction removers. They're basically saying, you know, there's lower risk because it's a secure payment, there's a money back guarantee, and there's fixed monthly costs. So I think if you don't have these, you can actually see a lower conversion because there's a bit of friction. The user's kind of maybe has some doubt about the security of an unknown business. Or just, you know, knowing that they've got the chance to claim their money back if it's not exactly what they expected does help. I also like the fact that you've got a testimonial above the fold. However, what I will say is you are working on the assumption your persona knows that backlinks build traffic and therefore generate leads. So you only here appeal to a persona who already understands the problem, rather than just selling it on a benefit. So a benefit would be grow leads through content and then explaining how your service works. So later on, and in this testimonial, you talk about the benefit. So it's just something to consider. So this is something where people explicitly know I need to build backlinks. So if that's okay for you and that's the type of buyer you want, fine. If not, look again. Quality check, spam free, handpicked, trustworthy. To me, these are generic kind of phrases that you've used and you've got nothing to back it up. So traditionally what I would suggest to clients is find a way of proving each of those points or quantifying each of those points. So for example, if you're saying hand-picked, say, you know, we would go through the same process as you, like we don't use this type of list, we don't automate anything here. Trustworthy, okay, well, show me a Trustpilot score or show me a Google review score or show me some evidence that you're trustworthy. Quality checked, okay, is that, again, what form does that take? How many sites are you checking a day? Give me something that just illustrates and evidences what you're saying here. That's something I would suggest. I think this visual is really good, but it's, I guess what I don't like about it is I have to interpret what it's saying. And what I mean by that is I don't need to see the menu. I don't really need to see that. I just need to see that graph. So you could recreate it or zoom in on it, you know, have two elements to it and zoom in. So that's something to consider. And then here, now you start to talk more about your benefits, which is growing your organic traffic and sales or leads and sales. So this is a kind of how we work, which I quite liked. I would also put the friction removers under the get started here, double the size of this button and just put tick, you know, 30-day money back guarantee, blah, 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 blah. this just, what I would say is the flow sort of seems to go wrong here, but I think it's okay. Maybe just some more customer logos or something else to balance this element out. And then what I would say about your pricing is it's very information dense with a lot of this and this and this. Is there a way you can do it in a more concise way? And again, you know, DR10 domain ranking, maybe this lingo is a bit confusing for someone who isn't in the expert or SEO experienced persona. But other than that, I think it's okay. Frequently asked questions were good when I read them. I would consider adding your business address, email, and phone number. No one's going to actually use them, but because it's quite a large amount of money, we do have an issue here with the trustworthiness of these sites. So having a strike guarantee, having a real world address, that is all evidence that, you know, you can put your credit card details down and not panic. This is a really high ticket item, so people traditionally don't buy this, even if they're in the consideration phase, if they've just found you, because they would need more time to consider other options, which might be retaining a freelancer, might be using an alternative service, might be just setting out a plan to buy backlinks, or might be looking at other aspects of marketing that they think, do you know what, that is important, but if it's going to cost this amount of money, we'll probably focus something else in our marketing, you know, stack. Now, I'm not saying it's not good value for money. It's just not the sort of thing that people just click and sign up for, because once you're talking about thousands of dollars, people just do not behave like that. So have you considered generating a lead magnet? Traditionally, you would need a lead magnet here to engage people and bring them back once you've increased urgency, once they're in the consideration phase. So I wonder how much traffic is coming to this site and just saying, you know what, I'll come back to it, and then forgetting about you. A lead magnet would allow you to stay on their radar, so that's something to consider. The other thing is, because I would expect it to feel a little bit like a concierge, I am quite surprised you don't have one of those like pop-ups saying a question like, how do you currently build backlinks? I always use a question like that because it's active, not passive. It drives more conversations because it actually specifically asks a question rather than says, I'm here if you need me. But it surprises me you don't have that. I'm not sure why that is. And I would definitely just want to see more logos for like a broader set of clients. Is there anything you could do to just get me working with you at an even lower price? Like, could you just get me one link for $99 and just demonstrate the service and make that maybe a form of lead magnet? You know, it doesn't make you any profit, but it builds conversations with people and it gets their credit card details. Finally, what else? Thinking about the buying cycle. So yeah, you're going to need content marketing or something to make them aware of you, top of the funnel content, broad content, you know, maybe something about search that then touches on backlinks and how backlinks are the biggest factor in the performance on search, then linking through to your product. So lots of people are not going to be in the consideration phase. I know the obvious thing to do actually for your first product and productized services, focus on a persona who already knows certain things, but then let's just make sure that there's like consistency with how you're talking about the product throughout. Also, people who know the importance of backlinks, they still need it repeated, right? They still need to hear it again and again. So that's some of my feedback to you. I like the service. I think there's a few refinements you could make. I think potentially that's a bit wordy as well. It just gets a bit wordy where it could be visual, and then when it is visual, it's like almost overwhelmingly visual. So it's just getting that visual balance and copy balance right. But yeah, I hope that goes well. I hope some of that advice is useful, and leave me a comment if you liked it. Thanks.